manage to eke out a living in this stone wilderness with what little the land provides. For the village of Gya, livestock is precious, providing many of the basic necessities they need to survive. The hardship of life in these mountains is etched across Tashi's face. Like so many in his village, Tashi has been herding goats all of his life, surviving on less than $2 a day. And these goats are his lifeline. Their wool, his sole source of income. Every evening, the goats are secured in a pen, Tashi's small shelter within earshot of his precious animals. And for good reason. They share this unforgiving landscape with a stealthy hunter. Well camouflaged and highly elusive, snow leopards are seldom seen.
Snow leopards are a really hard species to study. They're so perfectly camouflaged. They occur in really harsh and difficult terrain, extremes of climate, and they are rare.
Researchers can't say how many snow leopards remain in the wild. Many believe there are as few as 4,000 animals scattered across the mountains of 12 countries. The very real possibility of snow leopard extinction looms. Loss of habitat from mining has placed increased pressure on the cat and disturbed a delicate balance. For generations, snow leopards and people have shared these rugged mountains. But over the last few decades, this fragile relationship has been put to the test. A growing population of domestic animals, combined with a warming climate, has scarred this landscape, turning fragile grassland into dust. In the little grazing land that remains, domestic herds are squeezing out wild sheep and goats. With the snow leopard's prey in decline, the cat turns its sights to easier game, like Tashi's prize goats. When domestic animals are killed by a cat, it's a serious financial setback for the entire community. And the response is swift. Experts estimate that up to 1 snow leopard is killed every day, and nearly half of these deaths are a result of retaliatory killing. It is the single greatest threat facing the snow leopard.
It's hard to talk to a person about conservation if they're living below poverty line. And the first step in that situation is to enable that person to have a steady livelihood, send his or her kids to school, and if you can help them do that, they will help you with conservation.
There was a time when Tashi would have hunted down and killed any cat that threatened his livestock, but not anymore. Today, he has the support of the entire community. It took many discussions and sharing of ideas before Tashi's village, the Snow Leopard Trust, and the Nature Conservation Foundation arrived at a solution. In 2013, the community and the Snow Leopard Trust established a livestock insurance program managed by the village. Both the Snow Leopard Trust and villagers like Tashi pay into a fund that gives herders compensation if they lose an animal to a snow leopard attack. Now, the community has some security against financial loss, and in return, they've agreed not to retaliate against the cats. For herders like Tashi, it has transformed their attitude towards snow leopards and the fragile wilderness that surrounds them.
Implementing a conservation program in a village has two dimensions. The first is the viability of the project, but more important is the acceptability of a project. So it's really about understanding and trust between the communities and us. Yeah.
Recognizing the decline in prey, the villagers also set aside a plot of land exclusively for wild sheep and goats. Over the past 5 years, the land has made a remarkable recovery. The number of blue sheep are on the rise. This reserve has already increased the biodiversity of key mountain species. The Snow Leopard Trust works in partnership with communities across the snow leopard's range, including China, Mongolia, Kyrgyzstan, India, and Pakistan. These programs, forged by community members, aim to create sustainable conservation projects that will ensure the snow leopard, its prey, and the communities who share their home continue to thrive.